Hi guys, welcome back to PSHE with Rianne. Today we're going to be looking at Unit 7, Making Informed Career Choices. We're going to be focusing on Learning Outcome 3, which is to be able to produce a careers action plan. I was able to go online and find this nice handy 5-minute action plan on the jobs.ac.uk website. I will pop a link to the PDF file so that you can obviously download this for yourselves and annotate it and make as many notes as you want on there. Also, I'm going to be taking you through step by step some of the tips and suggestions that they have given to us. So this will help you to complete your Learning Outcome 3. Okay, so on this page, what it does is it gives you a nice introduction. It starts to talk about some of the things that we can be looking for when we are considering what type of career or profession we would like to go into. So this really talks through steps 1 and 2 of planning or making that decision to begin to plan your career. Okay, so we look at why do I need a career action plan? We talk about how an action plan enables you to focus your thoughts and ideas. It gives you the opportunity to make step-by-step actions in order to achieve your end goal. And it talks about why the planning process is important. It then gives you a nice overview of the different steps which you'll take. So considering where you are now, decide where you want to be, plan how you're going to get there, the actions you're going to take, and the most important part, which is the review progress. Okay, so let's go on to the next slide. Okay, so I really like this slide. What it does is it allows us to focus on the things that we are maybe looking for in our chosen career, okay? It's a nice multiple choice yes or no answer. And from this, hopefully, we will then be able to identify what I need to do or what you need to do. And what are your aspirations, your aims. So it's got a few interactive sections. It asks you some nice questions about what you would like to get out of your career. So what do you think your strengths and talents and work at? Are you comfortable to work in groups or do you prefer to work on your own? It asks you about what your needs are, what would you like to get out of your career, and then it gives you the option to pop some notes on there as well, which is really nice. Okay, so now we're going to look at steps 3 and 4, planning how to get there and what actions we're going to take. If you remember when we did Unit 1, making an action plan, we looked at making SMART goals for ourselves. We've also talked about SMART goals in our emotional literacy sessions in autumn as well. So it's just really driving home the importance of those SMART targets. SMART being specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and timed. Okay, that achievable and relevant are really important. There's no point in saying, I want to be able to walk to the moon by September. Okay, it isn't feasible and it's highly unlikely that's going to happen. It's neither relevant to your progression or your goals towards your chosen career, unless maybe you want to be an astronaut. In which case, if you did want to be an astronaut, an achievable goal might be, I want to have been looking at a physics course to start in September. Okay. I think this slide or this page in the booklet is really important. Reviewing your progress. We don't get anywhere in life without evaluating and reviewing our progress. No matter what career you go into or what it is that you're doing in life, the ability to be able to review and reflect is massively important. And it gives you 10 top tips for career action planning on this page as well. So the first one is to recognise what is important in your career and your life, because that's really important. Will this benefit me? The second one, know what your strengths and talents you can offer and how you can add value to an organisation. This refers back to some of the things we talked about when we did the mock interviews in the previous video as well. So what are the things that you think you bring to the table? Number 3, keep up to date with changes in your workplace and sector. So if you want to go into maybe hospitality, what are the current legislations around hospitality? What are the current practices? Keeping up to date with those things. Number 4, identify any personal blocks or life constraints and how you can overcome them. So it could be that sometimes you find it difficult to interact in group or social situations. So it's about identifying that as maybe something that you need to work on, and then thinking about how can you work on those, what things can you do, what support can you access to help you with that. Number 5, have a clear vision of your future. Nobody knows where they're going to be in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, but it's nice to be able to think, where will I like to be in the next week? Where would I like to be in 1 month's time or even 6 months' time? So try and keep those time frames relatively small to start off with. Small, achievable goals will help us lead on to bigger goals. Number 6, identify broad aims and SMART goals. We just talked about that: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and timed. Number 7, find people who can support you in completing your goals, whether that be a friend, a colleague, maybe an adult, someone in careers who could maybe help you. Maybe it might be somebody like a social worker, or it could be a CAMHS worker. It could be someone that you're seeing outside of school. Number 8, reward yourself for successes. Yeah, so when you do achieve a goal, reward yourself with perhaps maybe an ice cream. Might be a nice reward, or it could be that you've been saving, up for something like, I don't know, a new Xbox controller. Reward yourself for the things that you're going to achieve throughout these next few months. Number 9, mistakes can happen. Use the experience to learn and to move on. This is the biggest one, I feel, in this list of 10. We don't learn unless we make mistakes. We make mistakes in order to help us to grow and to also have that experience. We won't always win. And that's something that's quite important, is that we understand that, yes, mistakes happen, things go a bit wrong sometimes, but we're strong people, we're resilient, and we can come back from that with a fresh new approach. Number 10, be flexible, review your progress regularly and be willing to adapt and change. Adaptability, change into things that are going on. Again, really valid, really important skills to have. Okay, so this is when we get into the nitty-gritty of the action planning now. This is the task that you guys need to be completed in order to achieve that outcome that we talked about at the beginning. Okay, so have a look at the examples, see what it is that the example has talked about. If we look at number 2, research and select a career matching tool to identify potential career options and identify 3 job roles of interest. This is a really good one. This would be a nice one that you could do easily at home using the internet. You do a nice job search, you put in some of the skills that or things that you're interested in, and they'll pop up with some example jobs, and you could do a bit of research about those. That would be really, really helpful. Okay, so slide 7 leads on from slide 6. So this is where you will now begin to create your actual SMART career action plan, and you'll be using those examples on page 6, slide 6, sorry. You'll also be using your notes from slide 5 and the nice little questionnaire that you did, and some of those notes you can use those as well. They were on slide 3, I think. Yeah, reflect back on those and now begin to fill out. If you can just maybe put 1 or 2 to start off with, that's brilliant. Okay, now so slide 8 just gives you a bit of information about the person who created this, but also it gives you some really handy further reading links and some websites and some other resources like the one that I've uploaded for you today that will help you to decide or maybe identify a career or a job role that you would like to go into. And just to sum up everything that we've talked about, we spoke about SMART targets and making them achievable and relevant to you and your progression. That's the biggest thing, okay? So thanks very much, guys. Stay safe. Pop any comments, concerns or completed work in the comment section below. I hope to see you all soon. Stay safe. Bye-bye.